Hey, how's it going, everybody? My name is Jason. This is Art of Creation Homestead, and we're going to do the first garden tour ever on our channel, okay? So stick with me. We're going to show you, take around the whole yard, because the garden is more than just one in-ground garden, okay? It's raised beds across the whole thing. We're going to cover the fruit trees and stuff real quickly as well, and we're going to keep this moving and let you see all the beauty that we got going on, that God is growing in this typical backyard, okay, and how much food you can actually grow in a backyard. All right, so first we're going to show you these apple trees, okay? These apple trees we put in muck buckets last year, okay? So this is our first year. We're going to show you how they're doing here. Let's see, we have apples on right here. We have some apples on, looking good. Don't really know how big they're going to get, but here's a look at the trees from back here. Trees are looking good. Alright, here's fig trees next to them. Fig trees in a muck bucket as well. There's one fig tree there. And here's some little figs coming on. These figs will get much larger. And another fig tree here. This fig tree stayed shorter, but it bushes out more. This is the third year I think we've had these fig trees, but they're looking good. This one stays bushier, the other one gets taller. And here's some stevia. I love growing stevia. Last time we grew up, we had our groundhog come up on the porch and tear it down and eat it. But it's okay. So it's doing good this year. We have no groundhogs right now, so I hope it's okay. Here's some bush beans we planted inside a raised bed, raised planter type deal. They're looking great as well. These are providers. The provider bush bean is a very, very fast growing bush bean, and so they're looking great as well. You know what? It's not all about food. We have some pretty dahlias there. I think it's dahlia. I think that's what they're called. There and over here. Beautiful flowers. If you like growing stuff, you gotta have some pretty flowers around too, right? So take you over here now to these taters. Okay, I'm gonna say taters. I ain't saying potato. Potato is too many syllables for a hillbilly. Taters. All right, these taters over here are growing so well, and there's just so much here. These are all potatoes in a grow bag. There's a tomato. Oh, look, there's a tomato plant in there too. Here's a tomato plant. We're gonna have to get this plant out of here because the potatoes are just overwhelming it. These taters, my goodness. I'm looking forward to this. Man, how many grow bags do we have over here? I think we have I think we have 4 grow bags of potatoes, of taters. Goodness, see, I'm gonna say potato not normal because I'm trying to be proper. Sheesh. I only got 4 grow bags of taters over there, and then that that bag that's got the tomato and basil in it. Goodness, it's a mess over there. Beautiful mess. It's a beautiful mess. And right here, we're gonna show you the taters in the feed bags. See, the feed bags are down there somewhere. You can see in there. And they're growing well. We put what, two Yukon Gold seed taters in each one of those bags, so they're looking wonderful. We might have us a few taters this year. Here's 3 more, 3 more feed bag, or not feed bags, grow bags full of taters. See, here they are. You can see 1, 2, 3. They're growing so well. That they're just coming out like crazy, right? And then they're falling over, but it's okay. They're doing good. Now, so you want to get in the garden now? Let's do it. Let's go and get in the garden. I'm hooking the fence. I already had it turned off so I didn't shock myself. We use a Premier 1 fence to keep all the critters out. A couple years ago, let's see, well, that's 4 years ago now, we had raccoons, possums, skunks, groundhogs, rabbits, everything you can imagine getting in the garden and tearing it up. So we invested in a Premier 1 fence to take care of that problem. So here we go now. I'm gonna try and move along, but still show you everything, okay? Over here we have a bed of bush beans again. These are contender bush beans. As you can see, they have those beautiful flowers, beautiful purplish pink blossoms. They'll provide heavily. They'll produce heavily. And here we have squashes. And let's see, we have, these are Romanesco zucchinis and gray zucchini and early prolific straight neck yellow squash. That Romanesco zucchini is probably our favorite squash we've been growing. It's delicious. It's a good mild flavored zucchini, and it's been fantastic. I look forward to those every year. Right here we got some more bush beans, more contenders, and over here in the bug netting, some broccoli, which we just put out a video on the broccoli. You can still see there's more there. That mosquito netting's been the best thing ever for the broccoli, because we have so many cabbage moths here that they just destroy any brassicas we ever plant, so we got to keep them covered in whatever way possible, and that's just been fantastic. We've been able to keep them from getting destroyed, and I was actually able to harvest broccoli for the first time this year. It's been great. Ooh, peanuts in the fall crates. You can see they're growing, and what's going to happen is they're going to grow up, they're going to flower, and those flowers are going to come down into the soil and then bury in the soil, and they grow peanuts underground. Very simple. It's a fascinating process though. Now I'm gonna peer you down this way, okay? I may not take this trip. I might though. Beans over here. These are Tar Heel beans, okay? They're growing fantastic. As you can see, they're already up at the top of the trellis. This trellis is about 5 foot tall or so, and they're just growing so well, as you can tell. Fantastic. Now we've had heavy rain here, okay? We've had a ton of rain. This is, so let's see, today is Tuesday the 22nd when I'm filming this. On Friday, the previous Friday, was it was something. It was the most rain we've had here at this property in a 12-hour period, that's for sure. Actually in a 24-hour period, but within 12 hours we had 6 inches of rain, so it was quite a bit of rain, and everything did fantastic. We had no issues at all, so it's been wonderful. God took care of our garden. We had tornado warnings on either side of us. Essentially, there's one to our west and going south, and then there's one to our north and east and going south as well. So we were kind of wedged. Each one of my fingers would be aligned. We were in the middle of it. So the tornado warning actually was not for our immediate area, even though our phones went off. And so, but God took care of us. It was fantastic. A lot of rain, some wind, but other than that, it was a non-event for us. So it was great. Over here we got our greasy grit beans. Now you see, that's the crazy thing, is these greasy grits were planted at the same time as the Tar Heel beans were, but as you can see, they're much shorter. Doesn't mean they're doing bad, it just means the Tar Heel beans are doing great. But in reality, they're fast growers. They're going to produce a ton, I have a feeling. So here's our cucumbers. Cucumbers are looking great. We planted them, and these are Chicago pickling cucumbers. They're doing fantastic as well. We trellis them to keep them up off the ground, because it's really hard to find all your cucumbers if they're laying on the ground. We figured that out our first year. Let's see, where should we go next? Down here. Let's go down here to this little patch. Okay, this right here is our experimental patch of zipper cream peas right here. Okay, these are zipper cream peas. We've never grown them. We had to replant those because we have crazy issues with bugs in the ground eating our seeds, and they just disappear basically. So we have to plant a lot of things twice just to get our seeds to germinate right, because the bugs eat these seeds. And so there's zipper cream peas. Over here, pinto beans. Never grown them either, but they're looking great. And over here are these are Jackson Wonder peas, okay? Now originally in that spot where the Jackson Wonders are at, we planted cannellini beans. And we were excited about them, but again, I think it's the little roly-poly pill bug type things eating our seeds. So none of those seeds came up at all. It was not a fault of the seed producer, it was a fault of the bugs on the ground. So to do that, we doused DE, diatomaceous earth, all over the ground, and that typically takes care of it. And that's what we had to do this time as well, is plant them, don't even water the ground, because those things like cool, moist ground. So we didn't even water the ground at first, just threw DE all over the ground, and then watered it later. So you know, you just have to figure out the battles that you got to fight, and show that, you know, and figure out how it works best to plant your seeds. And that's how it's worked best for us, and it's done great, because it's the same thing that we deal with our pink eye purple hull peas, which, if anybody listens to us, we love those. It's one of our favorite things to grow, and so it's really hard for us to have to replant those and struggle to get on growing, because we got 6 teepees of those. Okay, we have 6 teepees of them. Actually, I think one of these or 2 of these may be Mississippi pink eye or Mississippi purple hulls or something like that. I forget what we had to wind up getting, but Angela knows more about that one. I think it's this one. I think this one might be the Mississippi purple hulls, if I ain't mistaken. And they're looking great. They have germinated well. See? And all the rest of these are pink eye purple hulls. They're looking good. All of them are doing great. As you can see, the weeds have gotten hard here, and 6 inches of rain kind of makes weeds grow. But everything's looking great here. This trellis here was where we originally had put our okra stalks that we had dried from last year because they were so big, and we were using for a teepee. As soon as they got wet from any rain at all, they began to mold at the top. So we had to rip them out and just use bamboo stakes, which is just fine. Right behind me is some glorious corn. We've never, well, I can't say never, we haven't been as successful as we like to be with corn, which was sweet corn. And so here, giving our best shot ever. It looks like it's growing really well. About 40 or so ears of corn, or not ears, stalks of corn. We planted, I think maybe 54 seeds, and about 40 of them came up, and they're looking great. Even they did well in the storms the other night, so we're excited about those. Popcorn growing really well. Looks great. Popcorn's fun to grow. We don't always eat much popcorn, but we do like to grow it, and because it is tasty, but we just don't take the time to pop popcorn a lot. Here's a bag of sweet potatoes. There's sweet potatoes in a grow bag, some ground cherries in a grow bag, another grow bag back here, some more sweet potatoes. They're looking great. Here's our peppers. We've planted about 30, I don't know, 28 to 30 plants of peppers in the garden here. They're looking wonderful as well. We've always had good success growing peppers, and it's been a lot of fun for us. Some peppers haven't done as good for us, but we've always done well. We've always had a lot of peppers. Angela likes to chop them and freeze them, put them in the freezer, use them in fajita strips, chop fajita strips out of them, freeze them. It's been a fantastic thing for us. Gives us a lot of versatility in cooking later in the year, and helps her out a lot to give us, you know, a good quick meal. Sometimes fajitas, which not as quick as you might want because she makes her own tortillas, but you know, whatever. You want to see some tomatoes? Oh, goodness, if these mosquitoes set off my ears. We have 36 tomato plants planted in this garden here, and they are looking fantastic, as you can tell. Right here is Cherokee purples, and they are rocking. These Cherokee purples are just rocking out. Very, very, very beautiful. Look at those. Look at those. Here in Southwest Ohio, we don't typically get ripe tomatoes, like big tomatoes, until end of July, early August. Okay, so it takes us a little bit of time. as compared to the more southern communities, but they work. They're doing great, and we're shaping up to get a ton of tomatoes. Look at these. I'm not sure which plant this is, but look how huge that sucker is. I'm 6 foot tall, or 6'3", so we got one right here. Right, man, they're looking fantastic. Now we do tend to face issues of blight. Angela's been fighting it. She tries to trim them up the best she can, but hey, anytime you get 6 inches of rain at one time, you begin to face some blight issues, right? When you do heirloom tomatoes. Here's another beautiful tomato plant, or tomato growing. We like the funky shaped ones. Here's another funky shaped tomato. Look at that. We love the funky shaped tomatoes, but because you know what? Because they eat just as well. They're good canners, and they got a lot of tomato flesh in them. So, but tomatoes are looking great. We've got Amish paste up here. Amish paste is one that tends to get more disease than others. So we've cut down how many we plant. And as you can tell, we are fighting something with it. For whatever reason, we got a little yellowing going on. Sometimes that just happens. That's just real. You know, real life is that not everything in your garden grows the best. And we're not experts by no means. We have years of experience, but years of experience means you've also had a lot of failures. So that's why we plant. That's part of why we plant so much, is we overplant. Plant for failure. That's what I always say. And if you happen to get everything, then hey, praise God. But in the event that you don't, which is real life, then you still have plenty. You know, like these onions here. We planted these onions, put them in a good setup. They looked great. These onions here have not done as well as the onions at the top of the yard in the cinder blocks. I don't know what happened. We thought we gave them a good environment, and they've grown some, but the yellow ones haven't done as good. Yellow onions have not done as good as red onions for us, and the red onions down here haven't done as good as the red onions at the top of the garden, at the top of the yard in the cinder block bed. So I don't know the answer is, unless the soil may be compacted some. It may have. It feels a little compacted there. So that soil may be an issue. But again, you just keep planting, right? Like this garden, this one I'm getting ready to show you here. Utter chaos. Utter chaos. Something has just ripped apart every bit of shard, over here. I mean, this Shiji Misai that we've grown over here just decimated it. It's okay. I mean, it's not something we were dependent on, but again, things happen. Bugs eat stuff. You know, flea beetles, slugs. We've had an excessive amount of slugs here this year. You know, everything. And over here, though, we have some more bush beans. They're getting ate on as well. I think those are the flambos. Those are shell beans. And so the leaves are okay. You know, it's just leaves on those, but still want a good healthy plant. Oh, let's see. Cherry tree right here, looking good, nice and healthy. Maybe took a little hit right there from the storm the other night, but the cherry tree's doing well. That's just the second year it's been here, so it's doing fantastic. Muck bucket orchard that we planted earlier in the year, they're looking fantastic. Again, took a hit right here from the storm. That's small tender branch, no big deal. Not gonna hurt the tree at all. Again, you know, orchard is looking fantastic. Everything's growing so well, looking great. Look at these, fantastic. This is the cherry tree right here. So this is the cherry tree, looking good. This one's the peach tree. That's the peach tree right here. Nectarines over here, if I'm not mistaken. A couple apple trees. Apple tree right here. Apple tree right here. And these are the nectots. Hybrid cross between apricots and nectarines. Right? Fantastic. growing so well. And let's see, over here, blackberries looking good. Blackberries are gonna be tasty. Looking fantastic. Look at how huge these are. These are heaven can wait variety. Look how tall that is. They're self-supporting, and so they're just getting huge and staying upright. It's probably, I don't know, 7 or 8 foot tall if it was standing straight up. Now in here, this greenstalk has been doing fantastic, wonderful. Cabbage has been doing great. Then all of a sudden today we look in there and we've had what we believe to be some an invasion of earwigs to get on these cabbages. So Angela came in and put some DE on them. See, that's all the white stuff, diatomaceous earth. But red cabbage is still looking really good. This one's looking really good. I mean, look at this, little cabbages. They're growing well. Kale up here, kale's doing all right. So the greenstalk is fantastic. Again, you know, trying to bombard you too much with that, but we do have a code if you want to buy a greenstalk. Code and link in the description. Use our promo code and our link. You'll get $10 off of your purchase of a greenstalk, and we love them. They're great for any small use, small grown spaces. Bush beans here. These are golden Jacob's cattle, so they're going to be another shell bean. Look, another greenstalk right here. This greenstalk has got sweet potatoes and melons. These are melons right here. Golden honeymoon. We'll put golden honeymoon melons in here, and a lot of sweet taters. They're just doing fantastic. We love sweet taters and taters. Okay. More sweet taters. Grow bags. Sweet taters in grow bags. This one right here has not grown for very much. For whatever reason. All the others are. That one, not so much. These are white Dixie butter peas right here. Along behind our blueberries. Our struggling blueberries at that. Blueberries are struggling. Strawberry watermelon plant. More struggling sweet taters. Strawberry watermelon. More sweet taters. Rosemary that we planted last year. Overwintered very well. And right here we have our raspberries. This is a double cropping variety called Crimson Night. Crimson Night, that's what it's called. We have two. There's actually only 2 original plants here, okay? So this is our first round, our first cropping of them for the year. You can see this is a raspberry block now. Okay, but so they're looking great, looking pretty good. One thing we do struggle with in the first crop is ants. Ants tend to get on really bad in the early season. Fall we tend to have a lot of them, but early season not so much. Now over here we have some more sweet taters in grow bags. We've never, by the way, we've never planted in grow bags, okay? So we're just, this is all 100% experimental, but you know, we're excited about it because they look like they're going to do okay. We love our sweet taters. Apple trees. This apple tree is doing great, but never produced any fruit. This apple tree is doing great and producing fruit for the first time. It was loaded. With apples at one time, but a lot of them have dropped off. It's been the first year it's ever produced, so we don't really know what to expect. They are columnar apple trees, so I don't know how big the fruit's going to be. I don't know what it's going to look like. I know one's going to be red, one's going to be golden, because, well, actually this one had apples on it too. I think this may have been the red one, but it had apples, and I don't see any more now. They may have fell off. I don't know, but they're doing great. Trees look good. So that helps. Down here we have some more melons. No, those aren't melons. Those are Cherokee Tam pumpkins. My bad. Cherokee Tam pumpkins right here, and right here. This is a barrier we had to put up to keep the chickens out of the raspberries. The chickens will get in there and have a feast. They will feast on raspberries. Alright, and then right here, one of my favorite things to grow, North Carolina long greasies. Those are beans, by the way, green beans. But they're looking great as well. These are something we had to replant once because of either something ate them or we had a lot of rain that washed them out. So they will go up on this trellis here and be full by the time we're done. A lot of food, right? All right, then this bed right here is, we have Cushall right here. We have strawberry watermelons right here. 2 of them, maybe 3. 2 of them right there. Black diamond watermelons right here. We have sweet dumpling squash over there and golden zucchinis over there. Okay, they're looking fantastic. We have a video on that one too, on how we planted those and what was there. They're doing great. Beets are looking wonderful. Beets, y'all. Get my fat beets. See, here's a white. These are white beets. These are albino beets right here. Doing good. These are starting to grow. Tops look good. Oh yeah, there's one right there. See, it's looking good. You gotta thin your beets, and then you also need to rake dirt around the stems to keep the beets growing well. I haven't done the best job on this. Okay, I gotta be honest with you. I just ran out on time, but it's not too late. I can still get it done. Let me show you what I'm talking about these onions. Onions doing better up here. See? See? These onions look a lot better here than they did down there. I don't know if it's just the soil's better or what, but they're growing up here. Ooh, another one right here. See, these onions look great. Which is fine with me because I like red onions better anyways. Garlic back here behind me. It's about ready to harvest. This garlic is getting close. Garlic's getting ready to harvest. It's getting really close. You need a certain amount of stems dying back, okay, to harvest them. So here you have one on the ground. Hang on, sorry. So here you have one died off here, one dying here. I think you need the third one, and it's getting close. So you need the third one dying off. That's really how you know it's about time to harvest. And so we're getting close. Typically we harvest end of June, start of July, so we're in a couple weeks. All right. Oh, white scout squash. 3 white scout squashes right here that are doing great. Do I have any more? Man, anything else growing? Well, I didn't show you the strawberries and the greenstalk. Could do that. Ooh, or I could show you this. This right here from the Muck Bucket Orchard. This is the pepper. This is the pepper and the tomato and the cilantro we planted. Again, dirt's getting a little compacted. I'm not sure what's up. Maybe show you some little better dirt, but it's doing okay. That was a not a pino, pepper, geranium kiss tomato maybe, and some cilantro. So that geranium kiss tomato is supposed to stay small. Had to get a bug off my ankle. And then a couple peppers right here. I can show you these. These peppers are doing great though. These peppers here. These are not a pinos, and they're doing great. The Bubby Bush or Carolina Allspice is the alpha of them. That's what this is. This is Carolina Allspice or Bubby Bush. It's wonderful. They smell great when they bloom. Bloom's already gone for the year. Let's go one more thing here. One more greenstalk. Yes, we have another greenstalk. Show you how it's doing. Look, more flowers. Pretty flowers on a little Thanks Farmers Market. More pretty flowers. They're probably all closed up for the night, but these blossoms open during the day. Beautiful. More pretty flowers. Beautiful flowers. Like us on Facebook. I got pictures of flowers on there. Got a Facebook, Art of Creation. Okay, we'll put a link to that in the description. And greenstalk strawberries. They're done wonderful. Still blooming. Those are everbearing strawberries. And we've actually gotten some nice sized strawberries off of them this year already. I was surprised. So that's it. Half-acre homestead right here. Okay, didn't show you the chickens, but that's all we got growing back here. It's a lot, but it's what you can do. And honestly, we could keep doing more. So don't be discouraged. You have enough space. All right, this is everything we got going on. It is a fantastic garden. It's gonna be a great year. And we do appreciate you guys watching so much. Hey, subscribe to the channel, get updates, see harvest videos, cooking videos, canning videos, you know, how we, you know, more ideas of how we grow so much food here. And, you know, just keep coming back. So subscribe to the channel, click the bell for notifications. You're going to need to do that. Like this video and comment. Let us know what you got growing. Let us know what your successes and failures have been. We've seen some of our successes and some failures already. Some things that are just going that just stink sometimes, but that's the way it is. So hey, thank you guys for watching so much. My name is Jason. This is Art of Creation Homestead. We love you guys. God bless you and goodbye.